Well, here I am working on the XJ6 again. Well, I just can't get it to idle properly, and what I reckoned, I was thinking carb, I was thinking this, I was thinking ignition, and I think, wait a minute, it's got to be the valves, isn't it? And I've done some measuring. This is tighter than it should be. These two are not. Funny thing is, I've got the spark plugs out, and the two valves that are not tight are completely soldered up. The valves that are tight, I don't know if you can see here, less so. That's the non-tight valve, and here's the tight valve. These are completely soldered up. So we've got these little spacers here, and I've swapped them out with some that are a little bit smaller. So we tighten the timing chain by going clockwise in here. Get that nice and tight. Good day, Rockers. All the exhaust valves are pretty much on spec, so that's good. But what it's got these little extra hold down mounts, which is something people install aftermarket to make sure that these cups don't ride up too far when the engine gets hot. So somebody's done a good job at that. All right, take 3. This is the third time. What I've done is I got these shims in here that go underneath the buckets. Got 2 remaining. I did figure this one is actually a little bit tight as well, now that everything else is starting to get where it wants to be. This one's been tight for a while. I guess underneath the bucket we got these shims. I've put them on my diamond lapping paper in the workshop, and literally thinned them out a bit, and they're all quite even on the micrometer, so I'm happy with that. So I'm going to pop them in, one underneath here, one underneath here. If we look at the tachometer, the choke is now engaged around 1,000 rounds per minute, which is good for it being in with the choke engaged. Just taking the car outside to give it a bit of a clean because it's gotten a bit dirty. With power steering. Engine temperature is now up, and it's idling quite steadily at 800 rounds per minute. Earlier this needle was going up and down a lot, so obviously we have an improvement. When it's at full operating temperature, it does go down about 50 RPMs more than what it is now. Put that into drive. 600, so very nice and calm now. Coming back into the garage after a bit of a drive, feeling pretty good, nice and pokey, and yeah, that's in drive now at 600 rounds per minute. So that's pretty much what I've read on the forums where it should be, and it's very stable. Let's go in here, get ready to park. About 750 to 800, and that needle is not bobbing a lot. Before, that thing was going up and down like a yo-yo, so I'm very happy with that. That means that this is the smoothest the Jag's been since I got it. There's been a list of things I've gone through. First, I had no charging, so I thought it was due to charging, and then I had issues with I thought I had issues with ignition. So first I replaced the alternator, then I replaced the ignition to electronic ignition. Still had very uneven idling, so I took the then I adjusted the valves, and now we're here. We've got a smooth running Jag where everything's actually working at the moment, so it's the best this car's ever been. And just took it out for a spin. I'm going to dry off the last of the water from the wash, and yeah, it's looking pretty good. So now that I finally have this car driving as it should, I've put it up for sale, and the reason for that is that I'm going to buy something very, very interesting that I'm very keen on, and to be able to do that we need to make room in the garage, and this one's got to go, I think. So either that or the Peugeot. Both cars are now on Car and Classic. Mechanically it's great, stops nicely, runs very smoothly now, feels powerful on the highway, accelerates nicely, so everything's pretty good with the engine. The engine was rebuilt, I believe in, I can't know, I do have receipts on the engine coming out for a rebuild, and it looked rebuilt when I took it apart. Just needed the valves adjusting, and now it's running very smoothly. So the reason why this car is fairly low price, I would say, is you will need to replace the rubber gaskets. That's not a big job. On the front there's a little bit more to it. You do have a little hole here, and on the other side that's recently been masked up by me masterfully. It's a temporary solution so we don't get water in the car. The sills have been patched up, they're solid, but I did notice there's a bits and bobs in there, so I would take that out. And we have a tiny bit of rust in the rear door. That's the only rust in the doors, is this little patch in the corner on the left side. And of course we have the sill fan on both sides. We do have two new sills and the two rear arches that are ready to be tacked onto this car and sorted out if one felt that way inclined. Besides that, it's fairly solid. I do have a few condition reports on this on my channel, so you can look at that if you're interested in the car. But all the electrics work, all the windows go up and down, very nice and strong. Beautiful interior, smells good, looks good, good wood veneer. Definitely not a junker or a parts car. The interior on this is one of the better ones I've seen. It's really nice and tidy, smells good. So it makes it a really cozy place to be. The only reason I'm putting this up on the market, as well as the Peugeot, is because something really fun's going to come in about a month's time, I hope. So if somebody wants to take this off my hands, I'll do a great deal, a great offer. Yeah, if nobody goes for it, I will make space one way or another. I can make it work, but if something went, that would make my life a lot easier. So if you like my channel and what I do, and you're into cars and you've got space, this might be the car for you. It's a 1978 Jaguar XJ 4.2. Lovely car. Really sits nicely on the road, nice and straight. Power steering, power brakes, everything works as it should. Running as smooth as it ever has, at least in my own ownership. So yeah, check it out, Car and Classic, and you'll find this one, Squadron Blue 1978 Jag. So I'm sure a lot of you will be a bit disappointed this won't be going out, but when you see what's coming in, you'll understand why I need the space. Well, the paint had gotten a little bit contaminated since last time I polished it, so I gave it a quick polish as well. There you go. What a car, beautiful. You even have the sunroof, makes it such a pleasant place to be when you're out on an autumn day cruising around. Anyway, that's an update on the Jag, and if you'd like to own this Jag, check it out on carandclassic.co.uk. I'll also put a link in the description of this video. All right, have a good one. Pass it.